Peace and blessings, family. What's up? It's all the day, Jim is out there. Please live it. Don't sleep through this thing. Welcome back to another episode of The Pour Over, where we pour over into you some words of encouragement to not only get you through one of your days, but we're trying to get you through life, shout it. So, we actually talking about the importance of an emergency fund, because that's going to help us get through life, shouting. Let go. All right, so can I be real with you guys? I am just now getting myself together financially. No shame in my game. Well, there's a little shame because I should have had it together some time ago, man. But you know, we stupid sometimes. We dumb. We don't make the smart decisions. We live in the moment, man. Just spin it up, live it up, man. Make it rain with whatever little bit of droplets we got. Perspiration is what I was making rain. Anyways, so I sat down with my wife and I was just like, yo, we need to get it together financially. So, and what's sad is the average American that can't afford it. And I'm not talking about those that honestly are going and living paycheck to paycheck, because not all Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, though. This is for those that are not actually living paycheck to paycheck. We just mismanage our money at the highest level of mismanagement. But the average American that can actually afford it, if there was a $500 emergency that was to occur, because of how they dealt with their finances, they wouldn't be able to deal with it. Heck, I would even dare to say $250. A $250 emergency occurred like that, the ship will sink, right? Because we're not prepared to handle financial emergencies because of how we mismanage our money. And ding, 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 I was one of those individuals, if I can be honest with you guys. But I've gotten into the habit of knowing what the habit feels like to save and set aside. For the last couple of years, we've been setting aside constantly $1,000 or keeping $1,000 saved up for emergencies. And we've been trying to save beyond that. Things happen, and then you got to deal with it, and then you got to replenish that $1,000, of course, to keep yourself in the game financially and stuff like that. So I had to crack the code. I kind of had to say, man, let me crack the code real quick because something ain't right. Because I keep saving up to $1,000, and then I get a little bit more, get up to like $1,500, and then something happens that knocks us back down just a little bit. Then I got to save up some more. Then something happens that knocks us back down. So what I'm fighting against is the inevitable, and I'm losing the fight. I'm staying in the game with the savings, but I'm losing the fight on trying to push towards that 3 to 6 months worth of savings. Now that 3 to 6 months worth, now the $1,000, let me explain something. The $1,000 is for when things occur that payday can't deal with, or the next payday can't wait, right? You got to get it done now, or it's really going to put you and your family in a more serious bind than you want, right? That's where that $1,000 comes. It's not for ensuring the kids got shoes, socks, and drawers. You should be budgeting that. That's not to go out to eat to ensure that you guys have a good time, because the church family going out to eat, you want to go out to eat with them, and so you pinch out of your $1,000 emergency fund. That's not what that emergency fund is not for your impulses and your pleasures. That's actually for real serious emergencies. The water heater goes down. The car has some problems that needs to be taken care of that you cannot deal with from a paycheck standpoint or can't wait. That's what that's for. So that's what the $1,000 is for. But the 3 to 6 months is for like, if you lose your job. And one thing the pandemic scared me with was, now I didn't lose my job, but what it scared me with was, if I had lost my job, I wouldn't have been ready. I wouldn't have been ready. I would not have been ready. And so I told myself after the pandemic, I need to find a way to make sure my family's ready. So this is what I decided to do. And I don't know why I didn't decide to do this some time ago. I got my right now we're good with our short-term emergency fund. That's what I call it, the $1,000. We're good with the short term. Now I'm gonna take what I typically would put into the short term, and I'm gonna just go ahead and make that an automatic set to the side for our long-term emergency fund. And I'm gonna try to build that up as fast as I possibly can, and it can be done. I think many of us are not actually out there living paycheck to paycheck, like some of us would like to act like, so we don't feel like we're shaming people who are honestly living paycheck to paycheck. I just think many of us just do dumb stuff with our money. I think many of us are just not managing our money correctly and everything like that. So what I want to encourage you guys to do today, if you don't have $1,000 set to the side for an emergency that could pop up at any time during this year and throughout the year, I suggest you start building it up as fast as possible. I can't tell you the amount of times that has saved me and my family and kept this house going, kept the cars rolling. It's going to happen. It's inevitable, ladies and gentlemen. But not only that, go ahead and start working on that 3 to 6 months. Keeping that $1,000 separate from the 3 to 6 month savings account, right? Because we don't know what the future has in store for us. And we cannot live so arrogant that we feel as if our home can never be touched. We cannot live so arrogant that we act as if our home can never be touched. So better to prepare for what's to come and it never happens than it happens and you never was prepared for it to actually come. So, ladies and gentlemen, $1,000 short term, have that set to the side for things that happen throughout the year. And do that while, because I guarantee I'm talking to somebody that doesn't even have a 3 to 6 month set to the side, let alone 1,000. Get your $1,000 set into that bank account. Get it set to the side for your short emergencies, things that just happen. Once you get that built up, so long as nothing is going on that is causing you to pull from that $1,000, go ahead and set up another side of another savings that's going to set up for you to have the 3 to 6 months as time goes on. And one other tidbit I just want to throw you guys out there. I want to throw to you guys is there's 2 months out of the year. If you get paid bi-weekly, that is. If you get paid bi-weekly, 2 months out of the year, you get paid 3 times. 2 months out of the year, you get paid 3 times. If you can, with that quote unquote third check, that is not a quote unquote free check or anything like that. That's not what that is. You still need to budget and plan for things and stuff like that with that money, right? That money right there can get you ahead more than you actually think. So stop going out there spending it like it's just free money to spend. That can get you ahead of saving for Christmas. That can get you ahead of your emergency fund. That can get you ahead of taking care of certain things that need to that you're behind on. So start thinking more strategically with your money than with impulse and everything like that. With just this make it rain when all you're doing is giving out perspiration, little sprinkles and stuff like that, man. Stop doing that. So, matter of fact, this week, matter of fact, for those of you who get paid bi-weekly, and chances are you're getting paid midweek or at the end of the week, this is that third check. Use this third check to start your emergency fund if you can. Use it. Matter of fact, you can. Use this third check to go ahead and set aside a couple of $100 to at least get yourself started, guys, man. Look, hey, I just want us to win, man. I want us to be all right. I want to make sure that the family's taken care of. You're taken care of, man. That's the objective of this thing, ladies and gentlemen, because again, it's better to plan and prepare for what's to come and it not happen than it does happen and you're not ready for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and wake up and let's get ready forward. We got to move beyond just hoping we got the money. We got to move beyond just having the $1,000. And we need to move towards making sure that we have up to 6 months worth of savings just in case it does happen. Much love and respect. Y'all be safe out there, man. Don't get in no trouble. Matter of fact, let me know in the comments section, man. Are you following some form of savings plan? What are you doing? What type of accounts you got set to the side to ensure that you and your family stay afloat? Let's go ahead and let each other know and actually build and share information. What do you have that people can use? One last caveat. Go to Dave Ramsey's site, man, and look at his 7 baby steps. I don't care the debate that goes on around some of the methods that he used. He's slick with it because those 7 baby steps are more so about building habits than it is about the head knowledge. Because what's slick is if you actually start to work on your money habits, you'll be better equipped to actually apply head knowledge that you pick up along the way. The issue is we want head knowledge, but we don't want to break habits. We want to know, but we don't have any habits to support the knowledge that we have. Just because you know better doesn't mean you do better, shout it. Much love and respect. Y'all be safe out there, man. It's your boy Sleep. Peace.